Welcome back to my channel. My name is Olive, and this class is going to be a gentle yoga evening sequence for you to follow along with to wind down for the evening. In terms of equipment, all you're going to need is ideally a yoga block. You can also use a chunky book. You can also use a pillow for some of the movements, and your wonderful self. So I will see you lying down for our first position. We're going to start lying on our back with our feet planted down to the floor, about hip distance apart. And you're going to extend your arms up and over your head, letting the tops of the palms rest down to the ground. So we're coming into a movement called windscreen wipers to start with, which just involves us slowly dropping the knees down towards the left-hand side, allowing the right lower back to kind of lift off the ground, back through the middle, and then over towards the right-hand side. And again, just kind of casually switching between the two at your own pace. Seeing how the hips start to respond, the knees and the ankles, whether or not you want to take your feet wider or closer together, whether or not you are really enjoying just holding a position and breathing into it, you can go for that too. Again, just kind of see, flow of the movement, listen to the body and its current needs. We're going to go down one more time on each side from now, and then switch it up. So next time your legs pass through the middle, you're just going to hug your knees into your chest and let yourself rock side to side. Coming into, from here, some lying figure four movements. So you're actually going to start with planting the left foot back down to the ground, and you're going to cross your right ankle above your left knee. And to kind of initiate the movement, what we're going to do is lift that left foot off the ground, holding the back of the left thigh with the hands, or feel free to hold it anywhere else, wherever's most comfortable. And I like to start by just rocking myself side to side, just seeing how my right glute starts to respond. You can hug your legs in closer, you can take them further away. Again, it's kind of really up to you how you're feeling, how the lower body is responding. And then from here, if you come back to a little bit of stillness, you're just going to straighten up your left leg and just point and flex the toes a couple of times. Just working into your calves, working into your hamstrings, maybe even roll through the ankle a couple of times. See what feels good. Okay. Now we're going to slowly release and switch onto the other side. So right foot to the ground, you're going to cross your left ankle above the right knee, lifting your right leg, holding the thigh again. We'll just start by rocking gently side to side. Seeing how again the left glute, the left hip starts to respond. Beautiful. And you're maybe hugging in, drawing a little bit further away, whatever feels good. We could go ahead and straighten up that right leg, roll through the ankle, point and flex into the toes, whatever is feeling good. Okie dokie. And then from here, slowly releasing both knees down to the ground. Have your block or have your pillow handy, and we're going to take it down towards the left-hand side, kind of having it roughly in line with our left hip. And I'm going to hug the right knee into the chest, let the left leg go straight. Use your left hand, you're going to draw the right knee down towards the block onto the left-hand side. So it's supported, it's being held. You can let the foot relax and extend away with your right arm. Whether the palm is in line with your shoulder or it's at a 45-degree angle or above your head, just take your arm wherever you want to go. But it's just quite nice to take a supported twist. I'm going to breathe here for 3 more breaths. Seeing if we can feel the movement in the chest and in the lungs. And final breath here. When you're ready, circle all the way back to the middle and then over to the other side. So you're going to straighten the right leg, Pop the block down towards the right hip, left knee draws in. Use the right hand, take it down towards the block on the right hand side. And again, letting the block hold the body weight, stretching away with your left arm, wherever you want to take it, whatever kind of angle feels good. Breathing into the chest, into the belly, seeing what's going on. We'll take 3 more breaths here. And final one. And then when you're ready, drawing it all the way back to the middle. Planting both feet down to the ground. Plugging your knees into the chest. Maybe just start by rocking yourself side to side. Maybe a couple rocks kind of up and down. Maybe 2 or 3. I'm going to go for 3. And on that third rock, coming all the way up, planting the feet down onto the floor again, about hip distance apart. We're going to take hold of our legs just below the kneecaps. And to start with, this is kind of like a seated cat-cow. You're going to pull your chest in, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and kind of gently looking up. And then draw the chin into the chest, start to lean away, arms go straight, rounding the spine. And again, pulling in, traveling forwards, looking up, and then rolling away. Maybe just going through this motion just a couple more times. You can kind of twist side to side as well as you're leaning back or as you're leaning forwards. See again, whatever feels good. Have a little roll through the neck, through the shoulders, through the upper back. Okay. And then arriving into a little bit of stillness. We're going to let those legs go straight out in front of us, maybe give them a little shake. So from here we're going to come into some specific kind of movement for the hips. I'm going to start by just bending your left leg. And then instead of the toes facing forwards, we're going to angle them out to about, say, like 90 degrees. So I'm going to plant my left foot down to the ground, coming at that 90-degree angle. The heel doesn't have to be super close to the body. It can be a little bit further away. That's totally fine. What I like to do with this movement, I like to anchor myself by taking my left hand towards my right thigh with my right hand behind me. You can go for that, or you can have this hand floating wherever. So all we're going to do is let the toes lift off the ground and drop this knee inwards towards the floor. You can start to lift up the glute, and maybe the knee comes all the way down, maybe it doesn't, maybe it's here, that's fine. And then you're going to roll it back to the original position and then take it a little bit further behind. So coming inwards into internal rotation and backwards into some external rotation. So we kind of covered these movements already when we were on our back, but this is just a little bit more focused onto a single leg. I can spend a little bit of time just kind of really trying to hone in on what's going on into that particular hip socket that we are working. So again, if you are really enjoying just hanging out in one of the positions, feel free to stay there. Either or, it's all good. Move at your own pace. Okay, we're going to take it one more time in each direction. And then slowly plant that foot down to the ground, straighten up that leg, and then from here it's just a simple case of bending the right side. So again, take your right hand towards your left thigh, and your left hand goes behind you. You can lift the toes off the ground, the heels scooched a little bit further away from you. And then we're going to roll inwards, let the glute lift off the floor if you want, and then roll it back. Again, exact same thing, but on the other leg, rolling inwards, and then setting it behind us. You might observe a real obvious difference between your right and your left hip socket, or it might be super, super acute. Doesn't really matter, we're just kind of observing whatever's going on. Okay. And again, let's go one more time each direction. And then release the right leg, drawing both legs together, giving them a little shake. So from here, we're going to take it into a stretch. So taking the left foot towards the inside of the right thigh. Now we're going to approach this position, otherwise known as Janu Shasana, in a slightly different way. We're going to start with the right leg being bent. And from here, what you can start to do is draw the forehead down towards the knee. Now, if you're pretty happy just hanging out here with the forehead onto the knee, or maybe you build up a little stack with your fists, then you can stay here and breathe. Or if you wanted to, you could start to slowly slide the right leg away. Maybe you keep contact with the forehead, or maybe you look forwards. Or maybe you come all the way down with that leg straight. Forehead again can either be down to the knee or looking in front. I basically just want you to take this pose in whatever position feels most comfortable for you, where you're kind of observing the body, experiencing sensations, but we're not pushing past any major discomfort or pain. We're listening. And you can hold and you can breathe here. Sometimes it's nice to gently pulse as well. So pulsing just means sort of drawing deeper into the pose and then backing out. But if you just wanted to hang out, that's completely fine. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. Taking a moment to notice the breath into your back. And 1 more breath. And then release. Bringing the shoulders over hips, straightening out the right leg, and we'll swap those legs over. So right foot comes inwards towards the inside of the left thigh. And again, we'll take it from the beginning. So bending that left leg first. Do you want to stay with the forehead coming down towards the knee or on the fist? Or do you want to start to think about slowly straightening the leg away and kind of finding your own alternative or modification for this side? It could look exactly the same, it could look different. Just go with whatever you are, again, most comfortable with, most happy with. Feel free to find those pulses if you would like. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. I'm going for 1 more breath here. And then slowly backing all the way out and releasing both legs in front of you, giving them a little shake up. Okay, so we're going to swing the legs round to the back and come forwards into our tabletop position. And as you kind of arrive into tabletop, maybe just have a little roll through the spine, a little roll into your shoulders. Okay, from here, we're going to briefly pop up into downward dog. So tucking the toes, lifting the knees off the ground, pressing the hips back, shoulders behind the wrists, maybe pedal out the feet a little bit, maybe shake out through the head. You can nod up and down, whatever feels good. Just for a little inversion. Okay. And then bring yourself back down towards your tabletop position. From here, we're going to extend that left leg out towards the left-hand side, so the arch of the foot goes in line with that right knee. And kind of walk your hands into the center so you feel a little bit more balanced. And just to start with, we're going to rock backwards into the left foot and then travel back forwards again. Just to start with. And maybe as you get comfortable, as you rock back, you can peel your left toes off the ground. Forwards, and again rocking back, and then forwards. So at this point, again, feel free to do whatever. If you rock back and you want to extend the arms away and fold down to the ground, you can totally go for that too. Or if you want to involve some rotations by maybe reaching your left arm up towards the ceiling, or maybe even the right arm up towards the ceiling, just adding some rotations into your spine. Go with whatever feels good. You could even find some big circular movements into the hips. Okay, lovely. From here, bring it back into your tabletop. And you're going to push yourself up to kneeling, step forwards with that left foot. You're going to bend into the knee as much as you're comfortable with and maybe bring the elbows down to rest on that knee. So you can stay here, or maybe take both hands down to the ground. You can shimmy your back leg away a little bit more, so we give a little bit more sort of stretch into the back leg. Again, you can take your hands down to the inside, and just kind of holding here in whatever lunge, whatever lizard variation you fancy. Sometimes I really enjoy letting my left knee fall away from me. It's a little bit more exposing in towards my glutes. If you have that mobility and that range, maybe you take your forearms down to the ground. But again, see wherever you want to take it. Little pulses, in and out the back leg too, can work. Again, as always, this is your practice, so take it where you want to go. We'll go for one more breath here. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to just tuck your back toes, take your left hand down to the ground if it's not down already, and as you step back, let's just walk it out in downward dog. So pedaling out the feet, give the head a little shake. Okay, and then onto the other side. Knees come back down to the ground, so we're back into our tabletop. This time, right leg extends out towards the right hand side. So we have the arch of the foot in line with the knee. And again, just rocking backwards and forwards. Seeing where you want to take it. Feel free to peel those toes off the ground as you rock back. Maybe rotate with your right arm up to the ceiling. You can rotate with your left arm. Or you can reach forwards and fold. Again, as always, take it wherever you feel like you want to go with the movement. Okay. So, from here, we are once again going to bring that right knee back inwards, pushing all the way up into an upright kneel. Step the right leg forwards, and as you bend into the knee, you can let the hands rest on top, maybe a little bit of a pulse. Feel free to take your hands down to the ground, shimmy the back leg away further, take it into your variation. Forearms to the ground or more upright or your right knee falling away from you. That's totally an option too. I'm just holding, just breathing, seeing whatever this leg needs. Take about 3 more breaths here. Okay. And then when you are ready, push through the hands both down to the ground, step back with the right leg and lifting up into downward dog, having a little pedal through the legs, shake through the head. Okay. Then bringing both knees back down to the ground, you're going to swivel the legs round to the front and take it into a seated twist. So, you're going to bend your left leg. Plant the foot down to the ground, doesn't matter how far away or how close the leg is. But we're going to hold the knee with the right hand and slowly start to take that left hand behind us towards the ground. But before we kind of come into the twist, I just want you to start to circle your left hand up and over your head, bring it back forwards down towards the left foot, up and over the head again, and then circle behind. Just so we're taking our shoulder through some full range. And we're also starting to experiment with some movement into our thoracic spine, so the upper portion of the spine. And just see where you want to take it. You can obviously hold just the twist if you wanted to. Let's just go one more full circle. And traveling it back. And as you come to face forwards, what you're going to do from here is start to take the hands over towards the right hand side so they come next towards your right glute and your right thigh. You're going to rock in and out of the position. Maybe the legs stay exactly as they are. Sometimes it's a nice opportunity to cross your left foot over the right knee, so you're kind of like rolling the whole body together. See how you feel with that? Beautiful. And then take it back, left leg straight. We're going to bend the right knee, take it into the twist on the other side. So left hand to hold the knee. We're going to start by rotating with the right hand behind. And then again, reaching up and over our head, circling it forwards. And then circling it back. Again, where do you want to take it? Do you enjoy these full circles, or do you want to hold in one position and just hang out and just stay there? Any option is totally fine. If you're doing the circles, let's do one more. Okay. And again, as you travel back forwards, hands are going to go to the left-hand side. And you can start to rock into the hands as they're down by the left leg. Feel free to step that right foot over. Couple more little gentle rocks. Beautiful. Okay, last one. And bring it all the way back forwards. Release the legs in front. Give that a little shake. Okay. So final seated pose before our last posing sequence. You're going to take yourself into a straddle stance. So straddle just means sort of like legs towards about 45 degrees, creating a 90-degree angle. You can sit on a pillow, you can sit on a block if it's more comfortable. And we're just going to involve a little side reach hold. So start by taking your right hand either towards your left leg or the right rib cage. Inhale to reach your left hand up. And exhale, just going to lean towards the right hand side. Lean as much as you want to. You can even stabilize by taking your right hand down towards the ground. We're just exposing this left side of the body to quite a nice juicy stretch. And let your feet relax too. And let your top arm relax as well. Okay. And take one more breath here. And then press yourself all the way up. Swap the hands over. Left hand can go towards the right ribs. Inhale, right arm draws up. And you're going to exhale slowly, starting to bend and rotate towards the left hand side. Taking a different position of the arms if you want to. Letting the feet relax, breathing into the right side. Okay, let's go one more breath. And gently bring yourself all the way back up. Okay, final sequence. Draw the legs together. We're going to come down to lie on our back. Hugging the knees into the chest, letting yourself rock side to side. So ideally we want a yoga block for this, but you can also do it with a pillow. Perhaps you just kind of like roll it up. You're going to take your yoga block and place it underneath your lower back and sort of like above your glutes. So we're going to start by planting the feet down to the ground. Lift your lower body off the ground. So you're going to place a block just above your lower back. Sorry, just above your glutes. So it sits across your lower back. And you're going to let the body come back down and the block take the weight of the body. Now you can stay with your legs bent, that's totally fine. Or you can maybe start to straighten out your legs and let the heels rest on the ground. So a little bit more exposing for the tops of your hips. Then if you wanted to, you could even reach the arms up and above your head. And just finding the breath moving into the front of the body. Sometimes a nice option is to like hug one knee into the chest while the other one is straight, or the other one has the foot planted to the ground. You can even change the height of the block to suit you and your needs a bit more. Okay. I say we take 3 more breaths in this position. It feels really good. Okay. Let's go for one more breath in. then if the legs are straight, slowly rebend them. We're going to lift the hips up and off the block, slide it out, lie down on your back. And release the feet up towards the ceiling, feet above your hips, hands above your shoulders. Give everything a little bit of a shake. And it all feel nice and soft. Just letting limbs move with gravity. And then from there, draw the knees into the chest. See if you can catch the toes or the ankles, the backs of the thighs. Take it into a happy baby position for our final movement. You can take the soles of the feet together, or take the legs into a straddle or a pike, whatever feels good. Taking 2 more breaths here, whatever we're holding. And then slowly coming to hug the knees into the chest, rolling over to the right or the left hand side, picking yourself all the way up to a seated position. And there we go. So I hope you guys enjoy this gentle evening movement / yoga class. If there are any questions and comments, please let me know. Otherwise, have a beautiful rest of your evening and I'll see you next time.